Well, what do we have here? Seems as if Elizabeth Banks has come back with another statement. I can guarantee you she didn't learn her lesson. Yeah, that's how this works. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. You know, it's like every single time a big celebrity in Hollywood comes out with something, they fail. Of course, they got to take the responsibility that would be on their shoulders for failure and, naturally throw it on other people, right? Because their blunders have to be somebody else's fault. It can't be, oh, look, I was wrong. Oh, no, you were wrong. That's the way they put it, right? Elizabeth Banks is at it again, obviously, with this issue. Charlie's Angels director Elizabeth Banks reveals her holiday wish list includes impeachment, Orange Man's tax returns, and more. Oh, God. Why don't you just take responsibility for the fact that you mess up with the film? Why can't you just do that, Elizabeth Banks? But no, of course not. She has to blame it on men, of course, and, other issues like superhero films. So this is what her wish list consists of. Impeachment, because, they definitely want that. Action on climate change. Yeah, action on climate change, right? No, you don't look hypocritical, going around and buying high fashion designer clothes that are made in a sweatshop somewhere like in China that, have terrible pollution that actually is probably the worst pollution out there. But yeah, hey, action on climate change, right? I mean, seriously. I mean, they all go on about that stuff. It's so boring and just, hypocritical because, like I said, where they buy their fashion and everything from. I mean, seriously, come on. And then cancel school lunch debt, criminal justice reform, no kids in cages, good health for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Oh, here we go. Here's a big one. Coal and worse for McConnell, Jordan, Graham, and Nunes. Oh yeah, because they're against her political values. So of course, make the bad things happen to the people that she's politically against, right? A woman's right to choose. You gotta be kidding me. You have that right. Where, like, okay, if she lived in, like, Saudi Arabia, okay, I'd get that. But in America, women have a right to choose. This is not the 40s, okay? Things are much different than they were back then. Seriously, it's like things just went backwards. Like, are you kidding me? What time period does she live in at this point? Like, are you a time traveler? Come on. Like, what is that? Women have the right to choose. Of course, action on gun control, of course. Orange Man's tax return. Who cares? Stephen Miller fired and Brett Kavanaugh to step down. Like I said, if you look at all this stuff, this is all everything within a political spectrum that Hollywood agrees with. That's what this is. It is all just one big hive mind from Hollywood. This is what all this is. I mean, who is this really for? I mean, realistically, I ask you, who is this for? And here's the actual tweet of her saying this stuff. This is not an original thought. And if this is an original thought, then this proves to you that Hollywood is creatively bankrupt. Shows you the stuff like, Terminator Woke Fate, for example. Why it failed at the box office. Why Charlie's Angels failed at the box office. For one, nobody cared about any of these reboots. Nobody wanted them in the first place. But then, of course, when you market and say, hey, look, this is a woke take on the franchise, yeah, you're not going to get people to go see this movie because nobody's going to care about it. I mean, nobody cared whenever they knew that there was going to be this remake coming. And nobody cares about these remakes. So, nobody cared to begin with. Banks' holiday wish list comes shortly after the Charlie's Angels film flopped at the box office, and she prematurely blamed men for the film's failure, as we talked about earlier in a previous video last week, actually. And so, yes, she did blame men then. And, of course, as we go through this article, you'll see more of how she's still blaming that. But let's continue first. According to the numbers, the film's opening weekend only grossed $8.3 million. It has currently only grossed $14.9 million at the domestic box office and $44.7 million worldwide. The film reportedly had a $49 million production budget. So if your worldwide is $44.7 million and your production budget was $49 million, on top of that with the advertisements you've had for the film, then that is a major flop. That is terrible. This movie did horribly, as you can clearly see. That's awful. And that's her own fault for directing a terrible movie. I mean, put that on the director and the writers because, if you direct a terrible movie, that's on you. So, then a week before the film even released in the theaters, Banks was already placing blame on the film's box office failure. She stated,
"Look, people have to buy tickets to this movie, too. This movie has to make money."
Oh, yeah, because as she stated before, oh, that's right, money is power. She did state that.
She added, "If this movie doesn't make money, it reinforces a stereotype in Hollywood that men don't go see women do action movies."
Oh, yeah, because, I don't know, men don't go see things like Wonder Woman or Tomb Raider or Terminator 2 or Alien. But I guess those films don't exist to Elizabeth Banks because, they don't fit her agenda. They don't fit what she's trying to spew out there. You know what I'm saying? Banks also explained why the film needed to make money.
"By the way, I'm happy for those characters to have box office success, but we need more women's voices supported with money, because that's the power. The power is in the money."
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure the power is in the money, especially coming in from a millionaire like yourself. I'm sure you know that. I'm sure you understand that. She also complained about the number of Spider-Man movies, which she starred in.
"You've had 37 Spider-Man movies, and you're not complaining."
Banks added,
"I think women are allowed to have 1 or 2 action franchises every 17 years. I feel totally fine with that."
Yeah, I'm just saying, I think it's a little more common than 17 years apart from each other, but, who am I to say as someone who's watched movies for many, many years and, been entertained by some of the movies that I've seen and, also not enjoyed some movies that I've seen. But, who's to say from someone who's watched plenty of movies over time? Am I right? I'm just saying, just throwing that out there. But, it's like she acts like a film with a female action star is rare when it's not. I mean, look at Alita Battle Angel. Look at how well that did this year. That came out this year, mind you, as I stated just a second ago. It came out and it did very good. It was a very good movie in itself. Very good adaptation, actually. But hey, it doesn't fit the agenda, so I guess it doesn't count, right? Just throw that one under the bus for Charlie's Angels. Ugh, God. So, moving forward. Banks' holiday wish list is not out of character for the director and actors. And, that's true. If you look up a lot of these big-time actors and actresses, this is basically what they spew on Twitter. It's not uncommon to see this hive mind-like mentality in Hollywood, as well as directors and actors adopt this mentality. So, that's nothing new. Back in 2012, she called for President Barack Obama to draft gun control legislation. And, that's the thing. When you put something up on Twitter, just remember, you're putting it up publicly for everyone to see. This is what people are going to get out of your statements. This is what they're going to learn about you, is that this mentality you adopt. You show off who you really are when you throw this stuff out there. Twitter is good for marketing. It's good for getting things out there. Whenever you have something like merchandise or a movie or television show or whatever, it's good for throwing it out there for the audience, right? It's good for them to know what's going on, keeping them in the loop, and letting them know when the next season or when the movie's going to come out. So, there's that. So, it's very big in terms of getting this stuff out there and expressing your thoughts on it. But the big thing is that you'll notice about these Hollywood actors and directors is that they make their whole life about this stuff. This is literally their life. This is something that all just completely revolves around because they hope Hollywood will see this and give them another job as a director or an actor or actress because they agree and have the same hive mind like mentality. That's what they're looking for. And so because of that, of course, they say these sort of things. These aren't original thoughts. They all come from the same place. And when you have people like Elizabeth Banks saying that a movie failed because of men, it doesn't mean that they failed because of men. It means that the movie failed because it was bad. And for both men and women alike, if a movie is bad, then they don't like it. It's not because, oh, it's a man's fault this movie failed. No, your movie failed because it's terrible. And nobody likes it. That's why it failed. It failed because it's garbage. And men and women both alike don't want to see the movie because it's bad. That's why. It's not because, oh, look, it was a man's fault. No, it was the fault of the director and the writing staff. Because the director and the writing staff, they're the ones who could have made the movie good, and instead, they didn't. Then again, with no new IPs out there, no creativity on Hollywood's behalf, and them just wanting to constantly remake or make sequels to things, there's not much creativity there. It's just, oh, rehash this, let's do it all over again, but with a new progressive woke take on it. Rather than it actually being entertaining, fun, and amusing for people to watch. They just try to throw woke spin and political agendas all over it, and nobody cares, nobody likes it, and nobody asked for any of these remakes. Nobody did, and nobody cared. That's why they're failing the box office, because nobody wanted them, and turns out nobody cared about them anyways. And then, of course, as for Orange Man, she's referred to him as a lying loser in the past. Yeah, because, the big political agenda here also is, go after Orange Man because he bad, me. He bad. They don't like him, of course, so that's another thing. They just throw in all this stuff. It's very cringy. Nobody cares about this. It's just, who is this wish list that she created for? I mean, it's just really dumb. And it makes people like Elizabeth Banks look like they're crazy. They look like straight up insane people. And, trying to say that people don't like movies with female action stars, yeah, that's not true. There have been very good, very successful action movies in the past with female leads. So, Elizabeth Banks, she's insane. She has no idea what she's talking about. She's a lunatic. And despite her failure with Charlie's Angels, she's already getting another director's position for a movie as well as the lead character role in The Invisible Woman, the very same movie she's directing. But I bet you, looking at Charlie's Angels and how that movie flopped, I bet you her next movie is going to do the exact same thing and flop. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below, and share the video. Let's try to spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated. It really helps out the channel a lot. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, hit the video with a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and follow me on Discord. Links in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today, and remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.